Good morning, lads and lassies, and welcome back to another video on the Scottish Ritchie channel. So it's been a while, but it's been a very busy few weeks, especially April. April has just been absolutely manic. So beginning of April, we had my mother-in-law come up for it was like a 10-11 day holiday to come and see us. We actually went down and got her on the Easter weekend, came back up the Easter weekend, and yeah, she was up for a little while, which was really nice. Really enjoyed it. And then we had that week in between after taking her back. We had that week in between where we then had to pack for another holiday, because last week we went away to Lancashire for my 30th. We booked a farmhouse and we went away for my birthday. So we went to places like Lancaster, which was absolutely gorgeous, and the weather we had was absolutely stunning as well. We went to Morecambe. Annoyingly, we didn't see Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has moved away from Morecambe for whatever reason, I don't know why. So we went to Morecambe as well, and we also went to Blackpool a couple of times, and we had a lovely dinner in a Chinese restaurant in Fleetwood called the Great Wall, and I would recommend it to anybody that is visiting that area. It is an absolutely beautiful Chinese restaurant, sit-in restaurant, but you can get takeaway as well. But yeah, the food was absolutely gorgeous. It's the best Chinese that I've had in a very long time, and it's not that expensive either, from what I could see on the menu. So I mean, even if you had a couple of starters and bits and pieces here, it's just like your average, it's probably less than your average Chinese restaurant sit-in price. Like if you went to a really nice decent Chinese restaurant and you went out with, say, 2-3 of you, you'd expect to pay, you know, 60, 70, 80 pound. You're probably only going to be spending about 60 quid at this restaurant for, you know, like a party of 3, which was, you know, really good. So yeah, no, I had a good week away, and since we've come back, since the weekend, stay there, cat. I don't know where you went. Oh, you went under that car. So yeah, since that weekend that we came back, we've kind of just been getting things sorted out again, and you know, we've got shopping to do today, so I'll probably bring you along with that. No, we did shopping yesterday. What am I on about? I don't know what we're doing today. Find out with me. Yeah, I was talking, yeah, and yeah, just the weekend we've just kind of been chilling out, recuperating from our week away, because even though it was a nice holiday, we were out doing lots of things. We had a kind of an in day on the Friday. So we arrived on the Monday, we were out the Tuesday, the Wednesday and the Thursday. So after that, me and Bex and Ren, we decided to have a day in, an in day, which was really nice. Just, you know, pottering about, doing whatever you want to do, and not, you know, have to be constantly moving around, walking about. Yes, it's nice to see places, but I mean, I'll give you an example. We were in Blackpool, right? The first day we were in Blackpool, the day before my birthday, and we took a walk along the seafront. Now, we were in between. Now, Blackpool has 3 piers. For those of you that haven't been to Blackpool, they've got 3 piers. So they've got the North Pier, the Central Pier, and the South Pier. Okay, now we had parked in between, or closer to the South Pier, and then we'd walked up the seafront towards the Central Pier. Now, there's a great distance between all 3 of the piers, because Blackpool Strip is massive. It's like, it's probably about 3 miles long, if not longer, right? So you can imagine the space between the piers. Now, we went and parked by the South Pier, and we were walking towards Central Pier. Now, we got, from what I would say, quite close to the Central Pier, and I needed the toilet, because apparently I've got a weak bladder and I can't hold my toilet. So I was like, right, well, I'm going to go and walk along towards the Central Pier, because I seen that there was some like grey building that looked like public loos. So I was like, oh, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm just going to go to the toilet. Walked along, got to those grey buildings. Wasn't a toilet. It was some sort of, I think it was some sort of filtration system, like for the pumping the water through and cleaning the water up or whatever. So I think it was one of them. So I was like, right, I've got to walk along further towards the Central Pier to get close to toilets, because I reckon there's toilets further along. I kept walking, didn't come across a toilet. Looked at one of the information boards. The toilets are in Central Pier. I walked half a mile from where we were to the Central Pier to use the loo, and half a mile back. So I walked an extra mile that day just to use the toilets. That's how long and how far away we were from a toilet. And that's how big the gap is between certain piers. Now, we'd probably already walked about a quarter of a mile from where we were parked, and we weren't even right outside the South Pier. Like, we were like adjacent, well, not adjacent, but kind of like South Pier was here, and we were parked a little further along. Excuse me. So I'm going to turn my car off before I use any more petrol. Yeah, so we were parked, so the South Pier was here. We were parked like further along. And it was probably about a quarter of a mile that we had walked towards the Central Pier. There's another half a mile to the Central Pier, and it was probably about, I don't know, a tenth of a mile to the South Pier from where we parked. So you're looking at close to sort of a mile between the piers. So, I mean, in retrospect, if you think of it that way, Blackpool Strip is probably twice as long as that. So you're probably looking at about 6 miles. But anyway, we went to Blackpool and had a lovely time. I'd also got a new tattoo for my birthday. I don't know how I'm going to show that on camera. Right. There we go. So me and my wife got tattoos for our birthdays this year. So obviously I got Beast with the claw marks, and she got Beauty with the rose from Beauty and the Beast, because it's our favourite Disney film, and I've always said that she's my belle. So there we go. That's how that came along. So we got those tattoos. But I had a really good weekend away from a week away from my birthday, and now I don't know what we're doing today. So yeah, gonna be interesting, because I mean, I started the vlog today saying yes, welcome back. I also got Lego for my birthday, so I'm going to do some videos where I'm building my Lego. That's probably going to be on my TikTok. So I'll probably put it on my... To be fair, I'm probably going to put it on my personal one, and I'll put it on my Scottish Ritchie one. So I'll put it on both of my TikTok. Well, I've got 3, because I've got my Ritchie... Oh, I didn't mean to swear at you there. I've got my Ritchie Reacts, I've got my Scottish Ritchie, and I've got my personal one, which is for friends, family, and, you know, sort of, it's a private one for me. So, yeah, it'll probably go on my Scottish Ritchie one as well. But I'll be probably building the Legos at some point in the near future. I've got a Groot, which I've already started building with my wife, and I've got R2-D2 from Star Wars. So I've got them to build. And I'll probably I've got another Reacts video in the works. I'm looking at doing one of them. And this is another thing I wanted to say while I'm on my vlog. I want to thank everybody that has watched my Reacts video, because it has gone sub 200 views. Now, okay, it's been up for like 4 weeks, and for, you know, certain people, 200 views is nothing. They get that in like 2 minutes. But for somebody like me, 200 views on a video like that, it means the world. Like, I cannot thank the people that have watched that video enough, that, you know, you clicked on it and you've actually went and watched it. So I will be doing more reacts, because they seem to be my highest hitting videos, and I want to do more things like that because I really enjoyed it. So yeah, look for more reacts videos. And yeah, again, thank you very much to everybody that's watched it. You know, I really appreciate all the views from that, and I really enjoyed making it for you guys, so I'm going to be making more. And yeah, come and spend the day with me doing whatever we're doing. It's a surprise. It's a surprise to me, so it's a surprise to you.
12 seconds later.
So apparently there is a couple of things I need to do. So I am currently making me and my wife breakfast, and I'm also making us a cup of tea each. I don't have my cafetiere coffee, so I'm going to have something else. Whether that's probably just going to have to be a tea, or one of those Nescafe lattes. Oh, Ralphie's also wanting to open the garden. So there are a couple of things that I need to do today, or that need to be done. Good boy. That I have been informed that I need to do, or that we need to do, sorry, that we are doing today. So my wife, at 10:30, which is in about 25 minutes. Why there's something on my arm, I don't know. In about 25 minutes, she's got a meeting at home. And then after that, I've also got the grass to cut. Hello. So before I go and cut the grass though, Ralphie's out there currently doing his poo. I don't know if you can see, he's right, so where that chair is, he's right there. So he's doing his toilet, so I've got to go and clean that up, and then I've got to go and cut the grass. Now I cut the grass before we went on holiday last week, and it's needing cut again. This is how quickly it's growing, because the weather has been absolutely beautiful. I'm going to change my mug actually, because I've just seen that I've got the other mug that I want, which is this one. I love it. And then I'm going to cut the grass again, because it's starting to get long again. Come on then. No, you've had enough. You've had enough. Okay, one more sweetie. He needs a sweetie. Now obviously what we mean by a sweetie is a dog treat. So he's got a jar of sweeties. And that's how we kind of get him in and out of the garden and get him to go out for a pee. And it's kind of stopped him from urinating and defecating in the house. He went through a phase where he started doing it again at the beginning of this month, but he's quickly come out of that again. Yeah, Baba? What box in there? Oh! Sorry, it's... My wife is wanting this opened, but I don't know why it's not coming off. It's a new game that she bought called Take 4 by the Squishmallows. It's actually from the creators of What Do You Mean? So it's bound to be a good game. I've got it slightly off. Come on. Today on the Scottish Ritchie channel, we watch me struggle to open a box game. Oh, come on.
How long is this going to take?
Right, here we go. Right, I'm going to write a serious letter to the company, What Do You Mean? Being like, I would like to get into your game without having to, you know, pass a physical first. Here we go. Mental. Absolutely mental. Right, anyway, back to tea making. I think I'm just going to have a tea too. I haven't had tea in ages. Always had coffee. It's my first tea in a long time. Sugar. And now it's all over the counter. Because apparently I'm an idiot. So yes, meeting at 10 for the wife. I've got to go back outside and cut the grass. And then we are going to go out shopping. We did do the majority of our shopping yesterday, but there is some things that we couldn't get, so we need to go out and grab them at our local Asda. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be doing today. That's the majority of things that we've got to do today, though. But it's not going to take up the whole day. So there's going to be added random bits in between.
They've got cold burger.
Yeah, they've got what is it? I think they've got 4 or 5 different squads in there, haven't they?
Yeah, the food squad, classic squad, another squad.
So is this another game you're going to cheat at because you want Carl the Burger? Lads and lassies, my wife got, while we were on holiday, the Top Trumps Squishmallows, which also contain Carl the Cheeseburger. Now, she got Carl the Cheeseburger, and every time he came to the front, she put him to the back so that she didn't lose him. Tell me that's not cheating. Again, I'm an idiot. Doesn't matter, I will put a plastic bag over it. How much of this yogurt are you wanting, sweetheart?
Slight problem.
What?
I'm missing a cam.
What do you mean you're missing a cam?
There should be 4 of them. No, don't worry, it's 2 stuck together. There should be 4 of everything, but I can only see 3 cam the cats from the classic squad. But I've now found that there was 2 stuck together.
Okie dokie.
So I have 4. So there's classic squad, fantasy squad, food squad, sea life squad.
So there's 4.
Yeah. I don't know where the instructions are for this game.
Was there nothing in there?
Oh no, found them. They're literally right at the bottom of the game.
All the other instructions are.
There's only one more thing I need to get in this Squishmallow squad. And that's the Jet food. And then I've got it all because I've got,
They've got Squishmallow, guess who?
yeah. So the cards that I've got, or the people that I've got from Classic Squad is Cam, which is the cat.
Yeah.
Winston Meow, Malcolm the Mushroom, and Lola the Unicorn. Then Fantasy Squad, I can't pronounce this person's name, but it's a dragon. Michaela the Leopard, Leonard the Lion, and Patty the Cow. Which is purple. Sea Life Squad, Archie the Axolot, Sheldon the Seahorse, Stacey the Squid, and Gordon the Shark. And in the food squad, they've got Maui the Pineapple, Carl the Cheeseburger, Chanel the Cinnamon Bun, and Floyd the Fries. So I like Cam, Leonard, Gordon, Carl, Chanel, and Floyd. But my favourite is Cam and Carl.
Okay. That sounds good. Right. You wanted your yogurt.
Yes.
What else did you want? Sorry, it was cornflakes and what?
Chopped up banana.
That was it.
Right. First, let's put
Banana. Which banana? That one. Hey, hey, hey. Nice banana. Cornflakes. That didn't even been opened. Oh my goodness. They came out quicker than I wanted them to. What's the difference between cornflakes and Frosties? Hey Google, what's the difference between cornflakes and Frosties?
On the website glycemicindex.com, they say, so although Frosties have a lower GI, nutritionally they're much the same as cornflakes. However, they won't spike your blood glucose in quite the same way as cornflakes will, so would be a better choice for sustained energy.
So which one's better, cornflakes or Frosties? Don't ignore me, Google! From what I got from that, with Google being rude and not answering my second question, is Frosties are better for you for energy, giving natural energy, whereas cornflakes is probably better for you for fibre-wise. I don't need any extra fibre in my diet. So I'm going to have some Frosties.
When it gets to 25.
Yeah. Baby, I think that's basically coming up now. I want to know the time. I can't find the time. Hey Google, what's time?
10:21 a.m.
Thank you.
You are, as always, very welcome.
Answers that fucking question, doesn't he? Frosties. Tony the Tiger. That fella's been around for years, old Tony. Tony the Tiger. They're great. So, mine and my wife's breakfast done. Time to eat. And get this meeting sorted and done with. Now on to the garden. So, grass has been cut and I'm now going to sit down to a well-deserved latte, vanilla latte for Nescafe. In my favourite mug. And in case you're struggling to work out what that says, it's fuck off. Hence why it's my favourite mug. So I'm not talking as loudly because I'm currently in the kitchen, and next door in the living room my wife is asleep on the sofa. Now, for those of you that I don't think we've told people, but she has started on a YouTube channel for herself and she's going to start uploading. Part of the other reason I think that we've not really been doing much in the way of videos uploading and things like that is my wife got diagnosed with a condition that can really take it out of her and really can make her tired, and she can struggle with day-to-day life, basically. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but she is fine. It's just one of these things that we've got to learn to live with. But she's currently not having a good day with her condition, so hence why she's fallen asleep on the sofa. She just needs a little bit of extra rest. So yeah, I've gone out and done the grass, as you've seen, and off camera I've done a couple of little bits else around the garden. One of those jobs was taking white vinegar spray and spraying all of the weeds that are growing out of the cracks of the slabs and things like that. I try to get rid of them as much as I can, but the majority of them, because they're growing through like the cracks of the slabs, they're stubborn, and the roots are still there, because some of the roots are bloody massive. They're probably, some of the roots are about that size, maybe bigger. So white vinegar to try and dry out the roots and kill them. It's kid and dog safe. That's what I'm looking at. I would go and get like proper weed killer, but Ralphie wouldn't be allowed out in the garden for a wee while it was, you know, doing its job and whatnot, and it's just easier to be able to let him out, and he's much more comfortable doing toilets in his garden than he is if we take him for a walk. The only other real things I've got to do now, because it's like, it's coming up for 2:30. We've had lunch as well. Sorry, I forgot that. So before I went out and done the garden, we had some lunch after Bex's meeting. The meeting went fine. Was all good. The woman that we were seeing at the meeting, it was her last meeting with us. And Bex is being referred on to somewhere else that she's been with before. I can't remember the name of it, and honestly, don't ask me to remember names of things because there's just so much going on. So yeah, she's been referred back to them, and she's got somebody coming out in 2 weeks' time, I believe. Next week we've got the health visitor coming out, just to sort of see how Ren's doing, and just to basically catch up with us on that. See if she can offer any other advice for us with the things we're struggling with as regards to Ren. And then obviously the rest of the day, I've got a couple of washings to do, and we've got to go out and do the rest of our shopping that we couldn't do yesterday. So yeah, that's basically what the day looks like today. Over this next week, I've got like a form to fill in that goes to our local like leisure centre, that will get us a certain benefit to have access to the leisure facilities in our county for a wee bit cheaper. They do it with a lot of people that have got kids that want to go swimming, that want to do things at the leisure centres and things like that. And it also means that I get discounted access into their gyms. I think it's like £3 a a time that I'm there, so I'm going to start taking my brother. Me and my brother are going to start going to the gym because, as I've watched back in this video at the beginning, I've noticed I've started to get a little bit of a belly on me. I'm all for a bit of a dad bod, but that's getting a bit out of hand. So I've got to kind of working out, going to the gym like 3 times a week, feeling better in myself, taking my brother, getting him back in the gym because he's missing it. But he doesn't want to go on his own, he wants to go with a buddy. So I'll start taking him. And it also gets my wife and Ren, so Bex and Ren, they can come out on the Wednesday with us because Ren isn't in nursery on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday it means that her and Ren can go swimming while me and my brother go to the gym, and then we can join them afterwards, or we can kind of sit at the side of the pool and wait for them and, you know, watch how she's doing, watch her swimming. I would say that we could get something from the cafe, but our council's decided that it would be a good idea to close all the cafes in the leisure centres. Good job. Seriously, good job. Honestly. I mean, if I could get paid that much to make stupid decisions like that, I think I'd be a natural. I'm a natural for local government. Hire me. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Anyone that's offended by that, it's just a wee joke. A tiny wee joke about local government not knowing what they're doing. Considering our local government are millions of pounds worth in debt, and then they think it's a good idea to put parking charges in every town centre, which is going to cost them more, get them in more debt, and even if the tourism and the upkeep and their projections, which is basically what's happening now, what we get in the tourist trade in the summer and, you know, through everything that they don't have to pay for now, they're going to add those parking charges in. It's going to take them more than 5 years to recoup. This is in every town centre, by the way. They're going to take them more than 5 years to recoup the money that they've spent on this. If the tourism trade and the trade in the high streets stay the same as they are now, which isn't going to happen when you introduce these parking charges. It's going to be used less, which means it's going to be a lot more than 5 years to recoup. Now, locals have all been in uproar about it and been firmly against it and everything else, but local councils, you know, they know best. They don't know what the people don't know what they want, so we can protest and, you know, say we don't want this, but really they know best, and we really do want that. It's something that we really, really, really want. Yeah, that's why that's where they've been implemented in the town. The first town that they've been implemented in, that's why they've been vandalising the machines. That's why they've been pouring glue on the machines. And even though this is a cheeky pit, they're not even operational yet, but yet they've got them turned on. So people think they're operational, so they're already recouping money. Cheeky bastards, honestly. But can't pay the parking charges if the machines are all broken. Which is what's been happening. But they're not taking the hint. They're still pushing through with this. And they've repaired the machines. So that's more money being spent on this charges being implemented, even though people are absolutely dead certain that we don't want it. So yeah, councils, they've not got much up here. I think it's just fucking sawdust at this point. I really do. But yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a side rant now. Don't know what happened now. As you can see, I'm not enamoured with our local government and local council. So yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, she's fallen asleep watching I can't speak today, I'm so sorry. She has fallen asleep watching Poirot, which is, we like sort of murder mysteries and whatnot. So it's quite nice to watch a TV programme that's on Netflix that you can kind of watch and try and guess who the killer is before Hercule Poirot works it out for you. But yeah, no, so that's all I've got going on for the rest of the day. Like I say, I'm hoping to go back into the gym because I realise that I've put a bit of timber on. I mean, it's not that bad in comparison to some other people, but it's noticeable about it. Do you see what I mean? I can't talk today. It's noticeable enough for me to want to do something about it. Now, I'm all for people living the way they want to live. That's how I've been living. I've not even thought about wanting to, you know, go out for a run or, you know, do something to do anything with my shape, because I've been quite happy with it. Like, I'm going to level with you. I love food. Food seems to love me. Yeah, okay, I've got a lot of comfort foods that I eat, but I just have a big appetite, and I kind of enjoy eating. There are things that I would eat, you know, a ton of in a setting because it's just that nice. I'm also like coming to, oh, somebody's blowing bubbles. They're all flying over into our garden. It's obviously our next door neighbour. She's probably not a nursery. She must be the opposite of rain, from what I can gather. But anyway, what I was saying, yeah, I seem to not know when to stop eating, especially if I'm enjoying my food, especially if I'm enjoying what I'm eating. And yeah, that's a big flaw of mine. But I've always been like it. It's more sort of in the last sort of, you know, 5 years where I've not been as active. Whereas it's then taken a bit of a toll. Like I put a lot of weight, I put quite a bit of weight on after I left sixth form and whatnot when I was, you know, 19, 20 and whatnot, and I had a lot of timber on me when I went out to America at 21 to do the summer camps, but I came home and I'd lost all that because of how active I was. Like I was doing football, soccer every day. It's like I was on that football pitch, soccer pitch, from, you know, first thing in the morning to evening. I became quite good friends with an American called Mike, and I've been over and visited him a couple of times. He's come over and visited us in Scotland. My daughter's been born, they've all, you know, been reaching out, seeing how she is, you know, sending her presents, you know, sending her cards for like Christmas and things like that. So, you know, they've sort of become an extended family. They've kind of become my American family, as in a way. And, you know, we're planning on going out and seeing them when Ren's a wee bit older and she can travel on the plane a little bit longer. Like I say, they come out and visited us, I believe it was last summer. And, you know, it wasn't just us they were visiting, they were out here for a week. They did like the tours of, they went up to the Highlands in Scotland, they did a couple of golf courses, they went across to St Andrews. I don't know if they actually played on the old course, but I think they played a course in St Andrews, because they're all they're all golfers. So yeah, they came across, they did what they wanted to do, you know, they get on with them really well. Like I say, they become an extension of my family. Bex reaches out and speaks to them as well. Like I say, they're always asking about Ren and they're always asking after her. So it's just nice. Like, I met them and they've become a big part of my life for the last 9 years. So, you know, it's a third of my life, basically, that I've known them, and, you know, we still speak. And like I say, I've been out and visited, but before I met Bex, I've been out and visited them twice. Mike came over to London when I was living down in Kent. He came to London to visit us in London as well. So, you know, I went up for a weekend. I think I'm pretty sure that I booked a hotel in central London for a weekend. I say it was a hotel. It was one of these like really small boutique hotels that, you know, you're basically renting a room and it's tiny. But it was the cheapest way of, you know, renting and like going out and staying a weekend in London. Sorry, I've realised that I've kind of waffled on and on and on. See what happens when you sit down with a cup of coffee and hit record on a phone. I just verbal diarrhea. So yes, next on the agenda today. Oh, my wife is awake. It's going to Asda. So, yeah, I have waffled on for a bit. This video has been nearly 40 minutes long. I'm going to have to condense this down, aren't I? Considering that other videos that I've done are already like 20 minutes long. Oopsie! So en route to Asda now. As you can probably tell, it's really, really sunny. And that's just come out all of a sudden. Don't know where it's come from, but I'm not complaining. So I have off camera obviously spoken to Bex, who says that she's happy for me to, because like I say, she started her own YouTube channel about her condition, so she doesn't mind it being spoken about. So basically it was 6 weeks ago, end of March, mid of March, end of Feb. I can't remember. It was around that time, end of Feb. She had started to suffer from drop episodes where she would drop and be unconscious, or she would have seizures, or, you know, just sort of spaced out episodes where that you couldn't speak to her or she wouldn't respond to you. And obviously ended up going into hospital after one of the seizures because they were quite bad, and they wanted to make sure and rule out epilepsy. So they did their tests and whatnot. Everything was coming back normal, and she got referred on to neurology, which they basically said, look, this is what we believe it is, and these symptoms that you're experiencing and whatnot, and it all kind of lines up. So it's a condition called FND, which is functional neurological disorder. Now, this is relatively, I would say, more and more people are being diagnosed with it. It's a relatively new diagnosis, although it's been around for years and years. So yeah, according to neurology, well, that's what Bex has got. It basically means that she can have seizures. She, you know, her body fights against her. The signals from the brain to the body don't always align, which causes the issues. And sometimes these signals are so out of line that the body shuts down to preserve itself from getting injured. It's kind of like a computer when there's a software malfunction and the computer shuts down to prevent any what's it called, any damage to the hardware, let's say. So that's basically what our body's doing sometimes, which is then what's causing the drop episodes or the seizures or the absences that she gets.
I also get tics as well.
Yes, so that's one of the other things that comes with it. It's like, if you've seen Tourette's, it's the tics come as similar to that, although it's not like swearing, it's motor tics. It's movements of the head, or sorry, it's just because I'm reversing here. It's movements of the head, or just what you would see in Tourette's sometimes. But yeah, that's kind of what we're living with. It also means that she doesn't even have to have a seizure for her body to feel tired. Her body can just wake up one day and go, not today. If you try and do anything, I'm going to punish you. Which is, you know, what happens sometimes on a regular basis. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's just one of these things that it's so random. And 9 times out of 10, Bex knows if these things are coming on, but there's still these random ones that come out of nowhere. And, you know, she's had seizures where she's actually looked like she's seizing. There's other times that she's had seizures where she's just been unresponsive, limp, and you know, you can't wake her up, you can't do anything. So
with my seizures as well, I can hear everything going on around me, so every sense goes apart from hearing. So when Rich talks to me throughout the seizures, I can still understand him. I can sometimes still control certain aspects of my body, like I can control some fingers and I can control my eyes, where I respond via blinking, but my eyes are fully closed, but you can still see me kind of scrunch my face up and sort of blink, as if to say, like, yeah, I can still hear you, yeah, I'm here, I'm fine, I'm just having a seizure. So it's not great, but we live with it, and we've learnt to live with it, and we've got to live with it because I'm gonna have these for a while. The weird thing about FND as well is you can get better literally like overnight, where you get no symptoms, no nothing, and it just completely goes out of the blue but can come back. Some people live with it for years, some people's get worse, some people's start to like get better and then get worse. It all depends on the person. My FND started off kind of just with the seizures, and then it turned to tics, and then now it's turned to problems where I can't use my legs. I have to have crutches to walk. When we come back from Asda, I'm sure Rich and I will say about the first time my legs stopped working. It was quite funny, and again, if you don't laugh you cry about it. So but we're gonna go to Asda now, gang.
Yes, no.
Because it's hot in this car.
It's getting hot in this car.
For all those as well who haven't noticed, Rich has a new car.
Yes, no. So, it's the first time I've done a video in the car. So we have bought a Dacia Duster, 74 plate. So
And
we've managed to
4x4.
We've managed to treat ourselves a wee bit. But obviously we're in a financial position to pay it back and things like that. But yeah,
She's a 4x4 and she's beautiful.
She is. We love her.
Her name is Fern.
We love her. But gonna head into Asda now.
3 hours later.
Car, sweetie.
So we got sweets for the car. Apparently, now that I've turned 30, I am an old man and I need a Werther's Original to help me drive.
And you did that wrong.
You meant to do it from the packet.
You meant to do like that in front of the packet.
I know.
Just shut up and enjoy your car, sweetie. You old man.
I'm going to enjoy my car, sweetie.
You old man.
But before I enjoy my car, sweetie, I'm going to have a wee rant. The prices of food and things at the minute is absolutely bonkers. We went in to get a top-up shop of things that we couldn't get. We got a couple of extras, okay. And we got a seat that goes on the seat, a strap-in seat for Ren that goes on our kitchen chairs so that she can't move. Right, that was only £10. But tell me how on a top-up shop we spent upwards of 40 quid on a top-up shop. I bought coffee, okay, £3.98.
I bought lunch for you tomorrow.
Barely got anything, I would say. I didn't think there was much. You got Piriton.
My Piriton was probably about £5, so yeah.
But why is everything so expensive?
But I need Piriton because
I know you need Piriton. I've not got a problem with you getting Piriton. But my problem is the prices of everything. It's just ridiculous. How can a shop where I think we got about 12 items cost upwards of 50 quid? It's absolutely ridiculous. We did a full shop yesterday. It only cost us just over 100, which is just our normal weekly shop. But no, we've got to start upping that, because the prices seem to be going up almost twofold. But wages are stagnant. Well done.
Rent over.
Rant over, I can enjoy my sweetie. Oh.
So for all those in my family probably watching, everybody will know that my nan in her car always had car sweeties. It was Werther's Originals, she'd have mints, she'd have glacier fruits, which, might I point out, have now changed their packaging to orange. But she'd have Werther's original, she'd have glacier fruits from Fox's, she'd have mints and a few other general like bits. And before we went anywhere in the car, she'd go, does anybody want a sweetie? So for all those who know my nan, you know that when you're in the car with her, you've always got offered a sweetie before any drive that you went on.
And for anybody in my family, you will know, or you might not, but my gran and granddad had Werther's in the car, always. I mean, they were twice my age when they had Werther's in the car, but they always had Werther's in the car. I always had Werther's always had a Werther's as a kid, because they were always in the glove box.
Well, we've got Werther's and Fox's Glacier Sweets in our glove box because Richie has now turned 30. Right, should we go in?
Dunno.
I'm not sitting in a hot car.
No. Ugh, sorry, Bobby. But who the fuck's Bobby? What the fuck am I on about? Sorry, guys.
I can't find my pocket.
You found it now? Right, then we're going to unlock the door. Right, I've realised that my glasses are in the car. So I've got to go back out. And instead of having that light on, I'm going to open the curtains again. Oh, I've locked the damn door. Oh, there's a cat. It's a cat. It's Smokey. Sorry, you got a close-up of my forehead there. Glasses off. Or sunglasses, I should say. My normal spectacles. And my sunglasses go away. Well, it's not long until we need to go and pick up Ren. It's bright in here, and I don't need the light on. Save electricity.
Can we cut?
Yes, we can. We're just sorting out the shopping now. So.
Snip, snip.
Sizzles.
Although I'm trying to work out how this goes
So,
on the chair.
that is the seat that we have bought for our daughter to go on our chairs. But now we've got to work out how to do it. I'm sure we'll find a way. So I'm currently cooking the dinner behind me, and we've worked out a way to put Ren's chair on her seat. So we're going to try it out tonight. Let's see how it goes. So the seat tonight worked an absolute treat. She wasn't too keen at first, but she went in it and eventually she was okay with it. She looked higher at the table and she enjoyed being higher. So the seat was a success. Now I'm going to come and bring today's video to an end. I do apologise that it's probably going to be a long one. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all the support. And I appreciate everybody that watches these videos. So yeah, just make sure that you like, comment, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel to see more. Like I said earlier on in the video, there is another reacts video in the works. I've just got to, I know what I'm reacting to, I just need to find the time to film it. So there is another reacts in the works. again, thank you for all the support and thank you for the views on the first reacts. I cannot believe how far we've gone with that one. So obviously you like that kind of content, so I will put more of that out there. But I do like it in my vlogs, so I've done a vlog today, but a reacts will be coming soon. Thank you very much for watching, and peace out.